तर विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, आज आपण आपल्या ऑक्सिलेशन या चॅप्टरच्या 10व्या लेक्चरमध्ये अँग्युलर सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन म्हणजेच काय आणि त्यासाठी त्याचा डिफरन्शियल इक्वेशन काय. सो सेट अप द डिफरन्शियल इक्वेशन फॉर अँग्युलर सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन and at last you define what is angular simple harmonic motion. Already I have shown some diagram here. So we are having a metallic disc which is suspended centrally with the help of a suspension fiber which is either made up of metal or it is made up of nylon. Purposely we have taken that suspension fiber either of metal or nylon because they are highly elastic and that fiber is attached to a rigid support. Now this disc is lying in horizontal plane. Now if I just provide or if I just twist this disc through a small angular displacement theta, if this disc is twisted through small angle, what happens to the suspension fiber? It gets twisted, and because that fiber is made up of highly elastic material, it will exert or it will try to regain its original shape and size by exerting a restoring torque on a disc. This suspension fiber of metal or nylon, it exerts a restoring torque on a disc, means it will try to rotate the disc in a direction opposite to that of direction in which that disc is twisted. Direction in which that disc is twisted. In other words, if I say this disc is twisted through an angular displacement theta in anti-clockwise direction, then that restoring torque exerted by this suspension fiber on the disc, it will act in what? Clockwise direction. So torque, restoring torque and angular displacement, they are acting opposite in direction. Now that twisted disc is twisted through certain angle and it is released. What happens? That disc, it starts performing oscillatory motion, rotational motion. That disc will start performing what? Rotational motion. Partly in clockwise direction, partly in what? Anti-clockwise direction, or in other words, what we can say, that disc is oscillating. Disc is what? Oscillating. This oscillatory motion of disc is either known as angular oscillation or sometimes it may be called as a torsional oscillation. Torsional oscillation. Remember here, the entire oscillatory motion of disc, angular oscillatory motion of disc, it depends on the restoring torque acting on a disc. Who will exerting this restoring torque? Restoring torque is exerted by suspension fiber on a disc, and this restoring torque depends on angular displacement. Restoring torque is acting in a direction opposite to that of angular displacement. It means this torque is directly proportional to theta. Torque is directly proportional to angular displacement, and I will put a negative sign here because restoring torque and angular displacement, they are acting opposite in direction. Or we can write torque T equal to minus C into theta, where C is constant of proportionality known as torsional constant. C is known as what? Torsional constant. C is known as torsional constant. Just like according to Newton's second law of motion, F is equal to ma. You know this equation. You are familiar with force is equal to mass into acceleration. In the first topic, that is rotational dynamics, you come across one more equation, that is T is equal to I into alpha, that is torque is equal to moment of inertia into angular acceleration alpha. So there is an analogy. The role played by force in linear motion is same as that of role played by torque in rotational motion. Role played by mass in linear motion is analogous to role played by moment of inertia in rotational motion, and the role played by linear acceleration is same as that of role played by what? Angular acceleration. So we are having one more formula for torque, that torque T is equal to I into alpha. Torque T is equal to minus C into theta. Torque T is equal to I into alpha. Now we are having the two equations for torque. We can equate their right hand side. So I into alpha is equal to minus c into theta. I into alpha equal to minus c into theta. Now what this alpha is? It is angular acceleration, which is nothing but rate of change of angular velocity. D omega by dt. Omega is velocity. So d omega by dt is the rate of change of angular velocity, which is nothing but angular acceleration. But angular velocity is nothing but rate of change of angular displacement. Omega equal to d theta by dt. Put this value of omega over here. So alpha is equal to d dt of, in place of omega I can write d theta by dt, and this is equal to d2 theta divided by dt square. Means angular acceleration can also be written as d2 theta divided by what? dt square. So I into d2 theta divided by dt square is equal to minus c into theta. Minus c into theta. Now divide both side by I. So if I divide both the side by I, then this I get cancelled with this, and we are left with d2 theta divided by dt square plus c upon I into theta equal to 0. Heart up, left hand side. So this is the differential equation for angular simple harmonic motion. This is the differential equation for angular simple harmonic motion. Now from this differential equation, d2 theta by dt square, that is angular acceleration, is equal to minus c upon I to theta. Alright, d2 theta by dt square is equal to minus c upon I to theta. Torsional constant c, it is constant for given suspension fiber. Moment of inertia of disc, it is also constant for given disc. It means this angular acceleration d2 theta by dt square, angular acceleration d2 theta by dt square is directly proportional to theta, and negative sign indicates that angular acceleration and angular displacement, they are oppositely directed. They are oppositely directed. Hence, as angular acceleration is directly proportional to angular displacement, and angular acceleration and angular displacement, they are oppositely directed, or they will act in opposite direction. Hence we can say that this disc is performing angular simple harmonic motion. Angular simple harmonic motion. Now we can define angular simple harmonic motion. Now what is angular simple harmonic motion? It is an oscillatory motion. First, it is an oscillatory motion in which angular acceleration or torque, is directly proportional to angular displacement, and its direction is opposite to that of direction of angular displacement. So an oscillatory motion in which torque or angular acceleration is directly proportional to angular displacement, and its direction is opposite to that of direction of angular displacement, it is called as angular simple harmonic motion. Angular simple harmonic motion. Now as this disc is performing simple harmonic motion, we know that the time period of simple harmonic motion t is equal to 2 pi divided by omega. T is equal to 2 pi divided by omega, or it may be t equal to 2 pi upon that omega. Already omega square is equal to k by m. Omega is equal to root k by m, and that is proved to be a by x. So time period of particle performing SHM t equal to 2 pi by omega, that is acceleration per unit displacement. Acceleration per unit displacement. This is for a particle performing linear SHM. For particle performing angular SHM, t equal to 2 pi by omega or it is equal to 2 pi divided by. Now instead of acceleration is angular acceleration per unit angular displacement. Per unit what? Angular displacement. So the time period of particle performing angular acceleration t equal to 2 pi by omega equal to 2 pi upon under root of angular acceleration per unit angular displacement. Now the next bit is magnet vibrating in uniform magnetic field. Here we have to prove that when a bar magnet is suspended freely in external magnetic field and if it is twisted and released, then it will perform angular simple harmonic motion. So let us consider a bar magnet suspended freely in a uniform magnetic field of induction B. Then what is the tendency of bar magnet? That any bar magnet, whenever they are suspended freely in a uniform magnetic field, that external magnetic field, its strength is more than that of the magnetic field produced by the magnet, then that magnet will align themselves in the direction of externally applied magnetic field. Means that magnet will come to rest along the direction of externally applied magnetic field. So this position of a bar magnet, where the axis of bar magnet, this is axis of bar magnet, coincide with the direction of externally applied magnetic field is called the equilibrium position of a bar magnet. Means whenever bar magnet is at equilibrium position, means the restoring torque acting on bar magnet is 0, means that bar magnet does not perform any angular acceleration. Now the same thing I have shown here already in a diagram. Here that bar magnet is rotated. Initially bar magnet is under equilibrium, means its axis coincide with the direction of externally applied magnetic field. If bar magnet is rotated through a small angular displacement theta about an axis which is passing through the center of the bar magnet and which is perpendicular to the magnet itself as well as to the direction of externally applied magnetic field. Remember, a bar magnet is rotated through a small angular displacement theta about an axis which is passing through its center and which is perpendicular to the magnet itself. If this is a bar magnet kept in a parallel uniform magnetic field like this, then this magnet is rotated through a small angular displacement theta about an axis which is passing through its center and perpendicular to both magnet as well as direction of externally applied magnetic field, and then release from the deflected position. Then that magnet it starts performing angular oscillation. Means magnet will perform rotational motion. For a body to perform a rotational motion, it must be acted upon by certain torque. So as far as this bar magnet at deflected position is concerned, at the north and the south pole, a force is acting at north pole as well as at the south pole. See here, electric intensity is nothing but force per unit charge and magnetic field. Intensity of magnetic field is nothing but F divided by pole strength. Or force acting at north pole of pole strength plus M will be M into B. See here, F is equal to MB. Force acting on north pole of pole strength plus M is F equal to MB, and the force acting on south pole of pole strength minus M is equal to minus M into B. So north pole and south pole they are acted upon by the two forces which are equal in magnitude, but they are opposite in direction, hence they are forming a couple, and moment of couple is nothing but torque. So torque is equal to magnitude of one of the force multiplied by perpendicular distance between them. Multiplied by what? Perpendicular distance between the two force, which is also called as a moment R. What is the magnitude of force? It is M into B. What is perpendicular distance? I have just drawn a perpendicular distance over here. It is SP. Now in triangle SPN, right angle triangle SPN, what is sine of theta? See here, if magnet is rotated through an angle theta about an axis passing through its center and perpendicular to that magnet, then this angle is also theta. So in triangle SPN, right angle triangle SPN, sine theta means opposite side, that is SP divided by hypotenuse, that is SN. So this is SP divided by SN, or SP is equal to, what is SN? It is magnetic length. Magnetic length is 12. So SP is equal to SN into sine of theta, or it is 2L into sine of theta. Means perpendicular distance of separation between the two forces SP, force multiplied by perpendicular distance. So this is MB into, now SP equal to 2L sine theta. So this is 2L sine of theta. Now pole strength multiplied by magnetic length. Pole strength multiplied by magnetic length is nothing but magnetic dipole moment of a magnet. Up till now we have denoted magnetic dipole moment of a magnet by the symbol vector capital M. But here purposely we will denote here the magnetic dipole moment of a bar magnet by letter mu. Just to avoid the confusion, because the mass of bar magnet is taken as capital M. Mass of bar magnet has taken as capital M. So therefore, the torque acting on a bar magnet, is T equal to, or tau equal to, force is what? MB, and perpendicular distance is what? 2L sine of theta, and this M into 2L, it is replaced by mu, that is magnetic dipole moment, means tau is equal to mu B sine of theta. Remember, we have to prove that when a magnet is suspended freely in a uniform magnetic field, and if it has given a small angular displacement, then only it will perform simple harmonic motion. Means this angular displacement theta is very small, that is less than 10 degree. Then sine of theta, it can be replaced by that angle itself, or the torque acting on a bar magnet, now it becomes mu B into theta. Remember, this torque will try to bring the bar magnet back to its equilibrium position. What this torque will do? This torque, which acts on a bar magnet, it will try to bring the bar magnet back to its equilibrium position. Hence we call it as a restoring torque. And second thing that you have to remember, that as far as this torque and angular displacements are concerned, see here, angular displacement, it is pointing in what? Clockwise direction. So when angular displacement is clockwise direction, then this restoring torque, it will act in what? Anti-clockwise direction. Means torque and angular displacement, they are oppositely directed. Torque and angular displacement, they are oppositely directed. Hence the restoring torque acting on a bar magnet, now it can be written as minus mu B into theta, where negative side indicates that the restoring torque and angular displacement, they are oppositely directed. Also we know that the torque is also equal to I into alpha. In the first chapter of rotational dynamics, you come across this derivation as according to Newton's second law of motion, force F is equal to m into A. Force is replaced by torque, mass is replaced by moment of inertia of bar magnet, and linear acceleration is replaced by angular acceleration of bar magnet. Means we are having the two derivation or two expression for torque acting on a bar magnet. As LHS of equation 1 and 2 are same, so we can equate their right hand side. So I into alpha is equal to minus mu b into theta, or alpha is equal to minus of mu b divided by I into that theta, where this alpha represent angular acceleration. Angular acceleration means alpha is equal to d2 theta divided by dt square is equal to minus of mu b divided by I into theta. Now this expression shows that angular acceleration is directly proportional to angular displacement, and negative sign indicates that angular acceleration and angular displacement, they are oppositely directed. Means here bar magnet is performing an oscillatory motion in which angular acceleration is directly proportional to angular displacement, and angular acceleration, direction of angular acceleration is opposite to that of direction of what? Angular displacement. Hence we come to the conclusion that bar magnet which is suspended freely in a uniform magnetic field, it will perform angular simple harmonic motion. It will perform what? Angular simple harmonic motion. Now as far as this equation alpha equal to minus mu b divided by I into theta is concerned, by using this expression we can find out what is the time period of oscillation of this bar magnet. Meaning what is the time taken by bar magnet which is suspended freely in a uniform magnetic field to complete one oscillation. As we know that bar magnet is performing simple harmonic motion, so the time period of a body performing angular simple harmonic motion is t equal to 2 pi upon angular acceleration per unit angular displacement. Angular acceleration per unit angular displacement. Per unit angular displacement. Since alpha is equal to minus mu b divided by I into theta. Alpha is equal to minus mu b divided by I into theta. Alpha divided by theta is equal to minus mu b divided by I. What is this alpha divided by theta? Angular acceleration per unit angular displacement. Angular acceleration per unit angular displacement, and that is equal to minus mu b divided by I. In magnitude, you can take angular acceleration per unit angular displacement as mu b divided by I. So the time period of a bar magnet which is suspended freely in a uniform magnetic field will be given by t is equal to 2 pi upon under root of mu b divided by I, or it is 2 pi under root of I divided by mu into b. So this is what the expression for time period of a bar magnet which is suspended freely in a uniform magnetic field.